From Georgia, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Gentlewoman from Georgia is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you. I rise to oppose the previous question so that we can immediately consider H.R. 471, the PAUSE Act of 2021. This important bill, introduced by my good friend Yvette Harrell, would maintain health screening protections at the border to ensure that the Biden administration does not allow foreigners to enter our country illegally without being properly vetted. I'm from Georgia. And for those of us that don't live in border states, it's a lot different when we see on the news the stories of the massive invasion at our southern border. It's a lot different when we read about it. But when I went to the border just a few days ago with Congressman Tony Gonzalez, he put together a great trip, and I'm so grateful. It became very clear to me what is happening at our southern border is it is a crisis of epic proportions, and it's difficult to comprehend it until you actually see it in person. This is a complete human and drug trafficking operation that is doing nothing for Americans but hurting our country. And it's enriching the cartels. They have grown their network and expanded it massively throughout their country into our country, far-reaching even into our cities, as was explained to us by the Border Patrol, where they recruit from our own American cities to come down to Mexico to help them traffic humans and drugs across our southern border. This should never be happening, and it certainly was not happening just not long ago under the Trump administration, where we had the most secure border we have had in decades. Mr. Speaker, I urge our Congress to take this very seriously. As we are discussing other countries and other borders, the one country where we all swear an oath to uphold our laws and defend our Constitution, and we serve the American people from each of our own districts, we should be taking extreme seriousness to this invasion at our southern border, not only for the COVID-19 pandemic, but also for the many other dangerous diseases such as tuberculosis and others that they bring into our country. Passing Title 42 is imperative, and it is the most important thing this Congress can do at this time, as there is an average of 7,000 people coming across the border every single day, and hundreds of thousands of gotaways that we don't know who they are, where they're from, and what their purpose and intent is to do in the United States of America. We already know that 42 known terrorists have been apprehended at our southern border, but we don't know how many terrorists exist in those hundreds of thousands of gotaways. When I listen to a grown man cry over the amount of illegal aliens that are 24 hours a day coming across his ranch in Eagle Pass because his wife is attacked, it's a shame, it's a tragedy. I yield back the remainder of my time.
Gentlewoman's time has expired. Gentleman from Pennsylvania reserves. Gentleman from Maryland is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, the United States of America just witnessed the most astonishing spectacle. We are here to debate aid to the people of Ukraine defending themselves against a massive invasion by Vladimir Putin and his army. Then the minority puts up the distinguished gentlelady from Georgia who does not mention Ukraine once. She does not mention the thousands of Ukrainian civilians who've been slaughtered by Putin's army. She does not mention more than 100 Ukrainian children who've been shot and killed by the Ukrainian army. Instead, she talks about a massive invasion at the border, a massive invasion which their own speakers have said today hundreds of thousands of people have been apprehended in. That's very different from a military invasion. The one in Ukraine, of course, the gentlelady is not going to talk about that. She had a lot to say the other day when she heckled me continuously. When I came to the floor, it was like the Rocky Horror Picture Show.